Hi Taurus, I'm Anisha. To know more about my work, you may visit my website tarotbyanisha.com. For those of you who are seeking deeper clarity, be it in your love life or your career, or a personal consultation, you may write to me at tarotbyanisha@gmail.com. Taurans, it's quite a big month. We have a solar eclipse and we are still in a Mercury retrograde, which started on the 20th of May and carries on till about 23rd of June. So not a great time to be buying anything expensive, not a great time especially to be investing in electronic gadgets. A good time to be backing up all your data. A great time to be being extremely careful about the mails that you're writing, checking that whether the people whom you're addressing to are the people that the mail is meant for. Being extremely careful about your travel plans, rechecking on your flight schedules, rechecking on your dates and on the kind of money that you're spending. Also, if there are certain contracts that need to be relooked at, it's a good time to be doing that. It's also a great time for renegotiation. Anything that you need to be going back and looking, it's a great time for Mercury retrograde. It's not that the sky will fall on your head if we do not heed to it, but it is simply that we do not have enough information when a retrograde is happening. We may come to know of the complete information post the retrograde. So if you're going to be, say for example, buying a lovely house and it's at an X cost and you pick it up during a retrograde, you'll just realize post retrograde that you could have got it at a better value, unless and until of course it's a resale, or if it is, it's not like a fresh deal that's negotiating and now you're getting into the renegotiations. And then, of course, we have the wonderful eclipse that is there on the 10th. And eclipses normally come in pairs. They tend to shake us up. They come at times as major events and they come and create or bring about inner changes as well. Changes that we may have been resisting or things that we do not want to look at very clearly. And what's really interesting to note is that eclipses run through the zodiac every 19 years. So when the eclipse occurs, try and think as to where it is that you were 19 years back and whether the pattern is being repeated for yourself. 3rd June, we have Venus that is coming and joining Mars over there in a house of your communication, community, and even siblings. And it's a wonderful combination with Venus and with Mars. Mars is going to be there all making you excited, agitated, restless, wanting to go ahead and maybe have that conversation that you've been thinking about and maybe have a showdown. But Venus is going to be giving you that entire softness, so it will soften the blow. Maybe there is something that you really want to speak to your family, something's being on your mind, or even with your sibling, you really want to give your sibling a piece of your mind. We have then of course a solar eclipse that is there, and it is there in your house of your money. Now the interesting thing over here is that while the entire eclipse over here focuses on material realities, bills that need to get paid, and what you own and what you owe, and what is it that you have built symbolically with your two hands, and how it is that you're managing your finances, how is it that you feel about the amount of money that you have, what are the routes that you're taking to generate more money for yourself, and are you underestimating or undervaluing your skills, and is it also maybe a question of confidence that you're feeling right now that you are not in a position to be earning so much, or maybe you could be earning a decent amount but you still feel that this is not something that you want to do, but you are not able to find that courage in your heart to sort of let go and say that I'm going to be okay with lesser money earned, but I need to be following something which is really close to my heart that really makes me happy. So you are also, the eclipse is also going to be asking you to take a leap of faith, Taurians. It's a very important aspect for you in the house of money and self-worth. For some of you, you see the finances and possessions around you, you feel that that is what they make you, and they could be an inner wrestling as well, whether to accumulate more wealth or to follow your heart. At times an eclipse also can bring about a crisis. By that I don't mean that you'll lose your job or you'll go bankrupt, but it could be a tussle between what is it that you value most against the material comfort of maybe that you've got really used to. So the eclipse is going to be pushing you, it's going to be awakening you, it's going to be coming as a reminder, it's going to be again asking you, what is it that is important? What is it that you hold materially is so important to you that you're unwilling to let go of it and follow something which will perhaps make you really happy? On the 12th, we have Mars that moves into your house of home. Now, this again could bring about some restlessness, maybe some dramas happening at home, maybe some conversations with your parents, maybe there's an authority, there's a push and pull or a tug of emotional conflict is happening. Maybe there's a lot of activity happening around home, maybe there's some construction work that's at your house, or it could be at the neighbors, and it could just be giving you some sleepless night. On the 21st, we have Sun that joins Venus in the house of communication, and again, if you are an author, if you're a musician, or anybody who's there in the creative field, it's a wonderful time for you. Great time to be getting out and publishing a book. Try and not get into any unnecessary arguments, Taurians. You don't have to prove your point every time. It's quite all right if people are not understanding around you, or if they have their own point of view as well. You do not need to be getting into a face-off or sort of writing them off. On the 23rd, we have Mercury, which is going direct. Now, this is a good time for you to be looking at your taxes, your investments, if there is something that, or a place that you, or maybe you're looking at investing in some bonds and some stocks. It's a good time to be doing that. It's a great time to be looking at the resources that can support you. It's a good time to be looking at your immovable assets. Maybe there's some real estate that is there and you need to be taking a call on it. Maybe there is some work that is required over there. So all of this work can be done once Mercury goes direct on the 23rd. On the 24th, we have a full moon that is set in your house of expansion of the mind, and this is also the house of long distance, so not just travel but even learning. Also, at times it is about deepening our own spiritual journey. So for a lot of you, there is going to be more clarity on your journey ahead, on your path ahead, and full moon normally brings about clarity on things, or maybe uncertainties that have existed in our life, and we may have sort of known about them, but we are not doing anything about it, and it's just there in the shadow. But now it comes forth, and you are being asked to take a call on whether you want to go ahead, you want to do a long distance course. For some of you, you would be deepening your own spiritual practice. Maybe you get more interested in Reiki, in hypnotherapy, in astrology, and any kind of healing method which allows you to go inward more. For a lot of you, it also speaks about expanding your mind, accepting other worldviews, being more gentle, not just with others, but also of yourself, and being more tolerant generally, Taurians. It's all right if people don't believe what you want them to believe, or they do not subscribe to your belief system. It's quite all right. It doesn't mean that you can't be friends with them. So it's really a time of acceptance. It's a time of embracing. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Taurians. I'll see you again soon, and thank you so much for